Welcome to Clever Studies, guys. Thanks for joining. You may be aware that we already launched Project-2, which you can see in our website. This project we are going to execute in an Agile methodology. It is as good as a real-time project. The project that we are teaching you guys or a live project which we are currently doing in our companies. Whoever is going to complete Project 1 and Project 2, make them as a minimum 3 years experience guy, because you will get that kind of a stuff when you complete these two projects by your own. And you can say to anyone or interviews or in real time, when you join any company, you can say, yes, I did two projects or I did one project. So you can able to answer majority of questions if anyone asking on the project side. How are real time guys or how are data engineers 2 to 3 years experience guys, what they will do in their companies, how they will execute projects, how a project will move from a dev to a production. Okay, how task will be assigned, how if something goes wrong, how testing team will assign bugs to a developer, how developer will fix the bugs and send it back to testing team. Once all completion of UAT, how a project will move from a development environment to test environment and test environment to UAT environment, UAT to production. So these and all generally we will follow in any company. So sprint wise, we are going to explain the projects. We are going to execute the project, how we are going to create sprints, how we are going to create user stories, how we are going to update user stories as a developer, how we are going to create a feature branch, how we are create a pull request, that is PR request, how it is going to get a approval from our seniors after review, and then how it is going to merge to a collaboration branch or dev branch, then so on. So there are many things which currently we are working on in our current companies, and the same thing we are trying to replicate with some other examples. Okay. See guys, this is our project 1, where as on date, it's just 1.5 month old. 131 members already enrolled, and we got a feedback 5-star rating. This is our website, cleverstudies.in. We recently launched feedback from our project 1 guys. Go to this website and you can see majority material, whatever we are going to cover as part of this, we already covered, and this is available, freely available for you. Before enrolling this course, make sure you go through all these slides. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
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 Okay, great. This is a high level architecture for our project 2, that is Azure Project-2, and where we are going to cover GCP, ADF, Databricks, Azure Active Directories concepts, role-based access control, that is RBAC, and Unity Catalog, and full load and delta loads, right? And if you see left side of the portion, this portion generally we have a source, right? This is a source system. So source could be anything like MySQL, SAP, Kafka, or SFTP, or any other cloud platform. So in this project, we chosen cloud, Google Cloud as a source. Okay, and the MySQL and SFTP we already covered as part of our project 1. Right, we'll get the data from a Google Cloud, and by using Azure Active Directories, we'll fetch those data into our ADLS Gen 2. And we are using ADF, and for processing, we are using a Databricks with PySpark. Doing this ETL process by using 4 layers, majorly 4 containers. These are the major containers, and there are another containers where logging and metadata, archive, and all is a bit different. Those are the supporting containers, we can say. These are the main containers: landing, raw, intermediate, and curated. Okay. And the tables that we are going to create on this raw and intermediate or curated or the delta tables. Fine. And the coming to more important topic is, right, Databricks Unity Catalog, and how we are able to access this data governance. Okay, how we are going to implement this data governance, which is very, 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 very important in a production project in real time, any company. Okay, data governance, I think if you are already working some company, or if you have already have some knowledge or experience, you would have know that concept, data governance, how it is important, how much it is important. So data governance part we are going to understand by using Databricks Unity Catalog and role-based access control via Azure Active Directories, AAD groups. Okay. And right, end use is it will go to reporting or any downstream applications. Okay. You can assume any one, Power BI or Tableau here in this case, but that is not in our scope. What is, as a data engineer, our scope is still curated till sending the data to our reporting tools or to our downstream applications. Downstream application could be anything. Okay. Any questions on this architectural diagram before I move to next presentation?
So, hi Naresh.
Yep.
So in terms of sources in this project 2, are we going to use only GCP or other sources as well, which is mentioned like MySQL, SFTP, Kafka,
See,
SAP?
I mainly focus on the process. Okay. Source, if we use, because MySQL, SFTP, we already used in our project 1. We don't want to duplicate things because we already explained that. Okay. Why don't we cover another source so that once we complete 2 or 3 projects, then by the time we may cover many sources, right? You no need to bother about the sources much because your part is to ingest data from source to target. Source could be anything. For that, it is a common process, right? Creating a integration runtime, creating a link service, or creating a data set is a common process. Okay. Once you learn 3 or 4 sources in ingestion, then you will good. Whatever you executed in our current company, you can explain. They can accept it. Fine.
Okay, okay. I mean, with respect to interview, we can mention multiple data sources, right? Upstreams.
Yeah, you can say na
Mm.
MySQL and SAP or SFTP. We used Google Cloud also. We used Hadoop also. Okay, no problem.
Naresh, in this project, are we covering also this incremental load? Because I believe in project 1, we haven't covered it.
Yes. We are going to cover incremental load. That is also very important. See here, delta load is the incremental load only. See here.
Right. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hi Naresh.
Hey, hi.
Yeah, Saurabh this side. So I want to know that the RBAC kind of thing, is it necessary to do by data engineers nowadays? Because previously on premises that things was done by Hadoop admin like Sentry, Kerberos, and Active
Mhm.
Directory. So is it necessary to learn by new era data engineers?
Yes, it is. Being a senior data engineer or a data engineer, it's our responsibility to implement RBAC and Unity catalog along with the DevOps engineer and give it to a company. So this is mandatory.
Okay. Thank you.
Nah,
Hi Naresh,
nah,
Anand this side.
hi.
So in here you mentioned that the source and the source being the GCP or data factory being the Azure system being the target system.
Mhm.
So are we gonna ingest the data using only data factory or are we gonna use PySpark scripts as well for data ingestion?
No, there's no need of using PySpark script to by using JDBC or ODBC connecting to source system, getting data into Azure is not needed. So because we have to use a ready-made tool which is available, that is powerful tool, Azure Data Factory, right? It is a ETL tool, right? So if we already have a ready-made tool available in Azure, why should we depend on a Spark? Spark we are going to use processing. Okay.
So as you mentioned in the earlier thing, we used been in the first project, MySQL and SFTP are covered. Now the cloud system is being covered. Can I expect in the next project, which is project 3, the streaming will also be covered?
Yes, in our upcoming projects, I am not sure next project are coming to next project, but yes, we may work on streaming project also. Now we are currently creating live projects on batch related. You can select even for streaming project in any company with batch experience also. Nobody will reject you on this reason. However, we may cover in future streaming project as well with some different source. Fine. Once we complete this project, what and all you're going to learn how to set up a required infra for Azure project development, because let me tell you one thing, guys. So being a data engineer or a cloud data engineer, that is not your responsibility to set up a infrastructure for your project. Okay, there will be a dedicated infra team or a Azure DevOps team or admin team will help to create a infrastructure for required for the project that we are going to execute. Fine. So, but it is good to know that if you are aware this infrastructure setup also, that will be added advantage for you. Okay, it's not a big deal. It's simple and easy. We have a dedicated Azure DevOps engineer or who is already working as an admin. Okay, so he will definitely teach us how to set up all the infrastructure which is required for a project execution. Okay, and creating ADF pipelines and triggers, how we schedule real time, we will try to demonstrate, and data cleaning, data modeling, and data transformations, etc. we are going to cover as part of our ETL process. And creating future branches or a dev or collaboration branch, main branches, and all we are going to cover as part of our version control tool. And how to create a pull request and get an approval for the same after code review. Okay, so this also we are going to show you. And create or update sprints for tracking the development progress in ADF board against user stories assigned in a DevOps. Okay, so I told you, right, we are, I'm not interested to call these are sessions. I'm going with these are sprints. That is where I'm trying to tell you we are going to cover total 9 sprints with one extra session, that is Q&A, project Q&A. That means total 5 weekends. Each weekend or Saturday, Sunday, we may spend 2 to 2.5 hours. Okay, please be prepared for that. Creating PySpark and Spark SQL code in Databricks notebooks and executing it through via ADF pipeline. So we will do this also. Incremental or delta load. Don't get confused. Incremental or delta load, both are synonyms. Okay. Also, we are going to cover full load implementation by using ADF. Okay. How to create metadata driven ETL pipelines in ADF by using the metadata tables. Okay. We are not going to hard code anything. Okay. Wherever it is possible, we are going to automate the pipeline. Dynamically, it will take the values from our metadata table. You no need to interfere manually, because in our companies or when you go for a work, right? So there manual intervention is very less. Okay, so we will try to create our pipelines, complete metadata driven, so that it will automatically execute without any intervention. We can intervene only when there is a problem. Fine. And so logging, email alerting, okay, how to check error logs, complete end to end, we will try to explain. Why I alerted in a gold color is, this is really a gold, I can say. And the motto or importance of the whole project 2 is data governance. Data governance by using RBAC and Unity Catalog, which is we are going to cover maybe as part of sprint 7, I guess. I will try to show you all sprint wise activities that we are going to discuss. And this is another important. Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory in our data governance, we will try to explain in practical. Okay. How a project will be deployed in production environment, we will see by using DevOps. Okay, you want to do this activity as a data engineer, because DevOps engineer or a Azure admin will deploy our project from one environment to another environment. But it is good to know, being a developer, we should know end-to-end flow. Okay, for that we are going to explain in front of you how we'll deploy in a production. So executing a pipeline in Agile methodology, I told you, right? All our sessions are Agile methodology only. This project is going to execute an Agile methodology. So we are going to cover telecom domain. Okay. So telecom domain is our use case. So earlier we covered FMCG in our previous project, but in this project we are going to cover telecom domain. Okay. And this is a slide. Let me quickly go to next slide. Who can enroll for this project? This is quite common for across the projects. Students who are pursuing their final year can able to join this course, or non-cloud data engineers who want to move to Azure. They can. Other discipline IT employees who want to migrate careers to our cloud data engineers, they can. And who want to gain a real-time experience as a Azure data engineer, they can join this course. And who want to show their real-time project experience in their resumes, they can absolutely join. Okay. And prerequisites. You should have a pre-trial or pay-as-you-go model account in Azure. And these are the minimum basics: ADF, ADLS, ADB. Azure Databricks ADB is Azure Databricks. When I say Azure Databricks, you also should know a bit about, not you no need to master in these areas, but basics are fine. You may have knowledge on Python, SQL, and Spark basics. Okay, of course, you will get a complete command whenever you complete the project end to end. If you stop in between due to some reason, then it is very difficult for you to answer any questions in interviews. So make sure, since you are joining these live classes, are going to purchase this course by spending some money, so try to complete by your own, and we are here to help you in our official WhatsApp group, or you can also send an email. So when we get some time, definitely we'll try to assist you. Or I felt very happy when someone asking some questions, our Project-1 developers or Project-1 learners who has completed the project, they started, fixing the issues for our new enrollers. So I felt very happy. See here, what we build is Project-1 enroll members, whoever is completed the project, are trying to help upcoming members. That is a beauty. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for that. And instructors, it's very very well, we have a team. The same team is available in our website. And myself is Naresh Kumar, working as a senior big data cloud developer, and I have a total 9 years experience as on date. And we have a dedicated Azure administrator named Astra, who is having 3 years experience. Is a good guy and having a good knowledge. You might see good reviews about Aster. And coming to Azure Cloud Data Engineer, who is supporting me very well day and night, Mr. Vimal. He's very nice guy again. A very good hands-on experience, though he is having 3 years experience, but he executed several projects and he used to work some POCs, and he got very good knowledge. Those who already joined Project-1, they might saw his technical potential, how he created a pipelines with different parameters. He explained very in a simple way. So definitely you like it, the way we are going to teach. And because we also came from the very basic, we know to understand you better how we have to explain. That proves our our previous videos or comments or feedback proves us how we are going to teach you. Okay. And this is interesting. So once you complete this project, you can say you are completing these 2 projects, Project-1 and Project-2. You can say you are a 3 years plus guy in Azure. Okay, that is for sure, no doubt in that. Okay. And shall we explain this project in our future interviews for Cloud? Yes, of course. You can explain as it is with a client name change. Okay. And live class timings, I already told you, it's a 5 weekends, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. IST to 11 a.m. IST. And we starts from 6th January 2024. Okay. And where we can learn basics of ADF. See, I have a dedicated Google Drive sheet where I uploaded in my Google Drive sheet. So you can just click on this link. It no need to have any permissions. It directly open it. And not only Azure, where I mentioned so many other Hadoop, Spark, or ADF, and many other things, SQL, Python. So whatever you want, you can go through. Those are free, paid. And in that, my channel is there, other channels are there, others notes are there. And majority case it is completely free. Okay, don't put so much money. I'm seeing some guys are spending 20,000, 30,000 only for Databricks, to learn Databricks. I'm not commenting here, but try to understand. If you are getting a majority of materials free of cost or for a lesser amount, why should you put that much amount? I don't think 20, 30,000 is bit high as per my knowledge, but I don't know. I can't comment that what type of material they are going to give, or what type of or courses or a topic they are going to cover. That if I'm being a student or a learner, I will think twice or thrice before spending that much amount. So I'm feeling very hard when I putting even the nominal amount for these real-time projects. So you just compare our effort and our course material with others, okay? And then also compare price. Which one is more affordable and which one is more useful? Or definitely you will get an idea. I don't want to comment now because you rate yourself, okay, after comparing the both courses if you already purchase other course from other platform, okay? And so obviously while executing project, definitely you may get some questions, right? So before asking us or before posting your questions, I request you to go through our recording whenever we complete live sessions, right? Go to recordings 1 or 2 times, and definitely you will get it answered there. If you still not able to get it, try to search in Google. Still if you are not get the answer, then better you post that question in our WhatsApp group or Telegram group, or you can also send a mail to our email ID. So I'm going to share that details in our next slide. Don't feel shy, because while learning, right, it could be small or a silly questions also, okay, you can ask, but a small request is don't ask basic questions on Python or SQL, okay, or basics of any tools, because I already rolled now. So before taking this course, you should have a minimum basics on these areas. Prerequisites section I already mentioned, right? First you get some prerequisite. If you don't know, it's still fine. Still we have a 20 days time. You please complete brush up all your basics, and then come for the fresh, right? So every weekend only 2 classes, right? Rest of the 5 days you can spend at least 1-2 hours. Whatever we completed let us say we created 5 hours videos, 2 days, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, right? 5 hours. So if you spend 1 hour per day, when you come next class, no, you would have a better idea, right? So you plan things accordingly. I don't know because it's completely based on your daily activities. Try to spend at least 1 to 2 hours on our recorded sessions, though you attend the live classes, but practice. Once we complete that session, please practice that session. Then it is easy to understand the next session. This is my small request, okay? And as I told you, we have a different social media platform where you can connect with us directly. And what the course fee? So course fee, it's not stable, right? So, and since you are coming as a live, and majority people are joining from Project-1, and we already given a very good discount. You can see our website. If you want to know the price, you go to cleverstudies.in. See, 20 members already joined. 132 members joined for our Project-1. Okay, and within 12 hours 20 members join. Thank you. And let me go back. We covered frequently asked questions, social media appearance. This is our WhatsApp group and Telegram group, email ID where you can post all your questions or queries. And this is a LinkedIn of my profile, and Facebook we just created, guys. Okay, we just created. We try to update all these things, and Insta. So all social media platforms are given, and you can see these links free of cost. And this material is available already in for Project-2. Okay, and this is a small intro about our today's webinar. And let me quickly go through a sprint wise how we are going to execute, because that is also very important for you all, guys, right? So this is already there in our website, okay, and under Project-2. So telecom, see guys, I already given these notes. Don't worry, I will explain use case in detail in our sprint 1, because there is a sprint 1. In sprint 1, for first few minutes are dedicatedly for explaining the use case. Now I'm not explaining, but it is open for everyone, and the domain is telecom. Okay. So we also give a intro on the ADO. Okay, Azure DevOps. We are going to give some introduction on the DevOps, how we have to create a DevOps account, and organization or for project name. No, this and all we are going to cover as part of sprint 1. Sprint 1 introduction. See, sprint 1 is mainly focused on the infrastructure setup. User story 1. This is self-explanatory, guys. I am keeping this document in our website. It will be available free of cost. I just walk through it, but you can just go to this page, or there are 6 pages. Okay, let me just open. See, this is our website. This is the third one. First one is our architecture, and second one is our PPT. See, PPT is 5 pages, same PPT, and see here, this is the 6 pages. All 6 pages you can see here. All 6 pages. This is our complete plan, but going forward, we may edit this a little bit based on our requirement, because we are in an initial stage, right? But we will cover more than what we explained here. Okay. Let me just reopen this document again. Yeah. So sprint 1 is focused on the resource creation for this project in Azure, and user story 1, and then 2. In user story 2, we are going to execute total 7 tasks. Okay, we will execute. You no need to worry. Just keep quiet and watch it. Okay, you no need to practice while we are explaining side by side. No, don't do that. Okay, take some time. First listen everything, and then go back, and in your free time, you please start practicing by going through our recorded sessions. And the sprint user story 3. Coming to connectivity, establishing connectivity, and as part of infra setup, and the sprint 2 also will cover. We can say 6th January and 7th January. We are going to explain sprint 1 and 2, where how to create a GCP. We already have some link. You have to utilize. So guys, see here, full documentation I already given. See how to create a free trial account. So there is a YouTube videos there, and these are the official documentation from Azure. You can just go through if you don't have a basics, and we'll explain one by one. User story 1, 2, and this task. Okay, and this could be 4. Okay, guys, yesterday night we sat and completed this, but yeah, we'll update this document. And sprint 3 onwards, our developer will come into the picture. Okay, so we will explain this ingestion part in sprint 3 more, and what are all we are going to do in user story 1, user story 2, user story 3, user story 4, and what are all checks that we are going to do: file availability check, file name check, file format check before ingesting data from a source to target. These are the pipelines. One pipeline is for delta, one pipeline is for full load, and we also learn what is dimension tables, what are the fact tables. I think you should have a knowledge on it. Okay, so we will just brush up the dimension tables, fact tables. Also, we will do a short discussion on ADF Git versioning, how it works, and sprint review calls. So we want to plan sprint review calls from sprint 3 or 4 onwards. So how a real time when we work a project in Azure, or especially in Agile methodology, there we will have a sprint review calls after the end of each sprint, and also sprint retrospective. Okay, so we will one sprint retrospective we will try to show you. We will try to conduct, because you should know, right, what is a sprint retrospective and sprint review calls. These two we will try to habituate during our project execution. Okay, and fourth one is mainly, this is ingestion. Ingestion means from GCP to our landing. So, but sprint 4 will focus on a landing to a raw. Okay, landing to raw, and all the cleaning activities that we are going to see how to tackle the bad records by using these methods. We'll try to implement it, and how we have to add derived columns, into our existing one, how to check, how to remove the duplicates and all. So some cleaning activities we will cover, and of course sprint review session will be there. And apart from that, these are the user story one. These are the two pipelines I told you, and extra pipelines. And once we load data from landing to raw, we have to archive the landing data, right? Whatever we taken from the source, that data we supposed to archive, right? So archive, how to implement archiving, that also we will try to explain, okay, as part of sprint 4. Sprint 5 is mainly we can say raw to intermediate, okay, raw to intermediate. And in that, data types changes and column data types casting, adding derived columns again, and joins, merge, and incremental loads will come into the picture. Okay, all these things we will cover as part of sprint 5. And of course, this is user story 1, user story 2, user story 3. We'll cover different types of pipelines. And coming to sprint 6, majorly sprint 6, we are going to cover intermediate to curated layer. Okay, we only mentioned only one pipeline, but it could be multiple also. Okay, just for your understanding purpose, we given one, but it could be multiple pipelines also. We will edit this document as we progress further. And these are the user story 1, 2, and here we will see how automatic email will go to a respective application team when there is a issue arise, right? We will also discuss on the unit testing part, how we will do generally in our companies, that part. And yes, and more awaited topic or interesting topic or important topic is Unity Catalog will start from sprint 7. And we are going to give a brief introduction, though this is not a tutorials. Since you guys don't have a much idea on Unity Catalog, I will try to explain some theory also. Okay, not only practical. We'll try to take a few minutes or dedicatedly for explaining the Unity Catalog. Okay, some theory, then we will start practical so that you will be perfect. Okay, and how to sync this Unity Catalog and RBAC, we will discuss in sprint 8, theory and practical. For that, what are all AAD groups that we are going to cover, and we will create some sample groups, and then how and we will try to give you access. We will try. Okay, we will try. Randomly, we will give you some access. We will put your IDs in our AAD groups, and we will allow us to just access the data from our account. Whether how it will work and all, we will see practically. Okay, we will do test with you only. Okay, and final production deployment. So production deployment also we will explain in practical in front of you. And this is our last session, bonus session, that that will be happen only for clearing your doubts, project related doubts. I think this is a project plan where we see total 10 sessions, that is 9 sessions or sprint sessions. Okay, sprint sessions. And yes, so when we complete this, I can say, then definitely you can assume you are as a 3 years experience guy as a Azure data engineer.